Hello likers, welcome back to our channel. It's me, your favorite baby girl Malika. So we are talking about the critical review of Where We Got It Wrong, Who Was Choice of Marriage, Agony of mraloy, episode 21. So AGK returned from the village with his friends and then he was screaming, "This is unacceptable, this is unacceptable." Did you guys see what those village touts did to me? Like those village youths, what they did to me, they beat me up. This is unacceptable. And Andy was telling GK, calm down, it's okay. But Dan, we all know who is Dan. Dan is like, you see what I was telling you, you see what I told you not to go to the village. I told you not to go to the village. You forget about those people, but you wouldn't listen. We all know that Dan can never say. And Andy and like Dan keep ranting. I told you should stay away from those people. You see what and Andy was like, wow, what a beautiful advice. A beautiful advice coming from somebody who did not even assist in helping. Like who ran. He was like Dan. Andy was like Dan and Choma ran away. They did not even come close to you. And Dan was like, what are you talking about? It's not true. I was there fighting. Whereas we all know that Dan and Choma ran into Rita's car. They went and hid themselves inside Rita's car. But Dan is busy arguing that no, they were assisting AGK. Like Dan said he was even fighting with those youth, whereas we all know it was a lie. So and Dan is like, Andy, stop lying. Why would you lie? I was there. I was insisting. Andy was like, is it not clear to you, Dan, that this man here, courage, that this man here called Dan standing, you're not supposed to listen to him, that he will never stand by you. He is good to give you wrong advices, but when the time is right, he will disappear. And Monachi was like, courage, how many times have I told you? Like, I don't get you. You want to fight everyone. If you're not fighting with your parents, you're fighting with your kinsmen. You're not fighting with your kinsmen, you're fighting with your own sister. You're fighting with the youth. So the only thing you know how to do in your life is fight now. As in, you just want to fight. And apart from those one, Monachi also forgot to mention that even with her, Dan fights with her because Dan wouldn't want to listen to her giving him the best advice ever. The only person that can advise Dan and courage listens is Dan. Nobody else. If Dan advice goes anywhere, anyhow, anytime for courage. And it comes from Monachi also. So if you're not fighting those, or you're fighting us, your friends even. And courage is like, Mona, is that what you can talk to me after everything I've gone through today? And Rita was like, what do you want her to say? She's not lying, because you've made our lives now. We'll leave the things we have to do to follow you to the village. We don't have a life anymore. It's all about you, but still will not get anything out of it, which is true. And Dan that likes to poke nose in people's businesses. It was like, Rita, is that how you talk to a married man? As if marriage give you the license to misbehave, to do anyhow. And Andy was like, does marriage give him the right to misbehave? Does marriage makes you become something else? I don't know. Honestly, they ought to ask Dan if marriage gives. Now I understand why he treats Choma anyhow, because he's married to her. So marriage now for Dan is a license to do anyhow or any. I don't get. So Andy was like, courage, I told you this from the beginning. He was like, what makes you think your mother will abandon her people to follow you to the town? So what makes you think you could go away with that corpse, like to carry it to the city? What makes you think, like, why would you be listening to negative advice? Like everything Dan says goes. And Rita was like, yeah, he will listen because he himself is a negative person, which is true. Negative people listen to negative people's advices. And Courage was like, I will beat you. Like like you will beat Rita. I don't know what gives men the audacity, the temerity to always be like, I will beat you. When somebody challenges you with knowledge, the best thing for you to do is to try to learn, to understand, not threaten to beat. This is something I don't get. And Courage wanted to go and smack Rita, and Andy held him up like, what makes you think I'll let you do that? And Andy was like, courage, advise yourself, because today you came with a black eye, tomorrow it might be a broken leg or whatsoever. You should advise yourself. And Mr. No or Dan, he says the only advice Courage needs now is to take like Ekelebes to go to the village and arrest all those youths. They think they'll do that and go scores free. I don't know. It's like as if Dan just want to destroy courage. Like it's as if Dan, I think Dan is secretly jealous of courage. He just wants to bring courage down. Truth be told, because who does that? Now, if he will give courage bad advice, right? Munachi now will act like, why would you, like, as in courage? So now you want to take police to go and arrest people, arrest youths of your village. Fine, no problem. And when Rita will step in to be like, courage, like, negative, like, Dan can only give a negative advice. The highest thing Dan can do is to give a negative advice. And see this one, Chioma want to also speak. As in, don't talk to my husband like that. What gives you the right to? Why won't she talk to your husband like that? Your husband don't have sense. Are you safe? Like what Rita said. Rita said Chioma is a robot. Whatever they say, which means whatever they tell her to do, that's what she does. You know, like she cannot think for herself. That she's best like at keeping mute. Like she should just be quiet. She should just keep quiet and let like real people think that her husband is an animal. Oh my God. And when Mona is supporting what Rita is saying and asking courage, like honestly, what is wrong with you? Why would you keep listening to senseless people? Now, Dan had the effrontery, the audacity to threaten to slap Mona, your friend's wife, in front of him. In front of him. And when Mona says, Dan, please, I dare you to do that. You cannot. I dare you. I will forget the home training that I have left in me and show you who I am. And Andy asked Dan that, so you think courage will sit here and let you hit his... Rita said, I don't need... Munachi said, I don't need courage to do anything. But besides, Dan said it, he didn't say anything. And when Munachi was speaking, that's when courage was like, enough. How could you say enough? Your friend will open his filthy mouth, his gutter, to say that he will smack your wife. You're standing there saying nothing about it, you know. And you want respect from that same woman again. You cannot even defend her. And Munachi is like, you cannot defend your wife. Yes, it's obvious, it's Dan. Everything Dan says go, which is very wrong, because you cannot say in front of Dan that you smack Chioma, whereas Chioma need the smacking. Because she's so dumb, honestly. You know, you cannot say that. No, it's Chioma. No, it's not supposed to be. But Dan can say anything and gets away with it. And when you talk, he will threaten to hit you. You know. And see courage when Rita is talking sense, like telling Chioma to keep quiet, because both of them have nothing to say. They don't have any background. And like Munachi said, they don't... what's his name? Dan has no background, so he can say whatever I know because he doesn't know anything. Now, AGK is threatening to stop Rita from associating with his wife, or from coming to his house, or from going to the village. And Munachi is asking, so who will back me up? Because I need her backup. If those two, Dan and Chioma, are going, Rita is coming with me because she's my friend. I need her backup. So you don't have anything to say. And Munachi just got tired and just went upstairs. You know. And courage, this is the woman I married with my money. And Dan told Andy told him, yes, you married her, you paid her bride price, you didn't buy her. Meaning you don't own her. So come, let's talk. Whereas meanwhile in the village, Chinwe is angry. Chinwe is AGK's sister. She's angry that their uncle went to stand for AGK when the youths were beating her. That's why she's very bitter, honestly. Two wrongs will never make you right. The fact that AGK did you wrong today, but you have a beautiful girl. Kids are from God. You have a beautiful daughter, very beautiful, that came with it. Kids are from God. You cannot blame AGK forever that because of you were taken to a baby factory, were molested and all the rest. Yes, it happened, fine. But you have to let go. You cannot wish him to be quiet because he did that to you. So how can you blame your uncle for standing for your brother? You that claim to be family, but you don't want to protect your own. We have to protect our own despite what they did to us. So the uncle is like, no, it doesn't mean that because my son, all I want is my sister to be buried, because if she's not buried, we won't be at peace. So because her Chinwe's reason is that Ejike will never learn. Like, he'll always be impossible. Like, he'll never learn from it. You know, he'll always come up with things that will make you very angry. You understand? So, and Mazi Arinze's wife, anyway, Mazi Ejike's uncle's wife is like, you cannot be talking like that. This is your brother. I know it doesn't matter what he did, but he remains your brother. You know, we have to stick for him. We have to protect him despite what he is. So they turned back to the city and showed Ejike speaking with Andy, while Andy is trying to advise him more that he should try to make amends. He knew that he was angry with his parents. Now they are normal. He should try to make peace, go and beg the elders so that things are more. Ejike, he was like, it will be over his quiet body for him to do that. So that Andy called him out there to tell him this rubbish, that he can never. If Andy wants to go and beg, let him go and beg. Since he said he has health in his, let him go and beg him. He can never ever do that. So Ejike refused though to go despite what Andy said, and Andy is willing to go and beg with him. But we know Ejike now. He said over his quiet body, he would rather cry than to go and beg the elders. So what can you do? While another. So Andy said, okay, no problem. Now what we'll do is that we'll stand and watch you. You want to anything you want to do, Ejike, you're welcome. Do as you please, okay? It is okay. We'll just sit and watch you. Wahala no day. There's no problem with it, you know, which is right, you know, because if somebody says I'm not going to do it, you cannot force people to do things they don't want to do. You just have to encourage them in things they want to do, whether good or bad. Just encourage it, especially if you've talked. So like as we're going to end this video, please tell me what you all think about it. Please like, comment, subscribe. Don't forget to share. Don't forget to hit the notification bell so that you'll be the first to be notified whenever I post any new video. And of those of you my returning subscribers, my likers, my lovers, I love you guys so much. And this is what I have to say. Bye guys. Thank you so much for everything. Mwah.